So we're gonna make a wreath, Deco mesh wreath. I do use the evergreen bases, you guys. So if you don't like to use the evergreen bases, you can use the work wreath frames. So y'all come on in. I want to cut. I'm gonna do 4 of each for right now. 4 of each color. Y'all, I don't measure my ruffles, so between 22 to 24 inches is about the length that I do for my ruffles. And I'm using some of the breeze mesh. Love breeze mesh, you guys. I love the breeze mesh. I love the fine weave mesh. Okay, so I am using a 24-inch evergreen base. This one does come from Joann's. Fluffing out that base just a little bit, not too much. I'm going to start adding in our mesh, and I want to start coming up with the color scheme here. So I want the tan, the burlap, then I want the cream. Okay, we're doing the tan, cream, the stripe, okay. So once I establish my pattern, I kind of go in that same pattern all the way around. But I am adding these into my greenery, my evergreen base. I love that horizontal mesh, y'all, too. I don't think there's a mesh that I don't like, unless it's like really low quality, then I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I try to make do with it if I need to. Okay, so I've done the outer ring, you guys, and now we're gonna add in some mesh here on the inner ring. But before I do that, I do want to oval it out. Okay, so I definitely made, oh, that's an extreme oval. That's very extreme. That is extreme ovalage right there, you guys. So I'm going to bring in some more mesh. Let's see. So I'm just adding in my mesh, you guys. I am doing mesh on the inner and the outer ring. So, because I don't like to have it empty right here in the middle. That kind of helps keep the sign on it. And I'll show you guys the sign I'm going to use. Okay, so there we go. There's mesh on the outer ring, mesh on the inner ring as well. So it's nice and fluffy. Okay, so I want to put this sign on there. So I'm going to glue this in. I do like to glue these in, you guys. I just use Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue is my go-to. This one was a 24-inch one, Elaine. This one was a 24-inch evergreen base. You can use the 18-inch ones. You guys, don't sleep on those 18-inch ones. Okay, so there we go. I put that in there, and we're gonna make our bow, you guys. I'm gonna let that set right in there, and I'm gonna use some of the stuff from the Wreath supply box, you guys. I'm gonna start off with 2 10-inch loops. I hope y'all love some of the new stuff we have coming in for you guys. There's a lot of goodies, y'all. So I'm starting off with the 2, and then definitely I start going up in size an inch with my ribbon tails, right? So we're gonna make my tail, and then we're gonna go up to 11 inches. Listen, I am depending on Jesus Christ and the Gorilla Glue. Like, they've been fine. So, and I want this bow, like, right under this sign, because we're going to make a half bow to go right under this one. I'm making my tail. This one I want to do 11 inches as well. Oops. There we go. Hey, y'all. So, bringing in the polka dots because I don't have the polka dot on the sign, but I want to bring in some of that black and white. All of this ribbon, I'm going to be honest with you guys, came from shoplikeJordan.com, except the 10 with the polka dots. That one was a Sam's Club ribbon. You know, a lot of this did come from shoplikeJordan.com. So, and that's just my affiliate link with DecoExchange, you guys. I was actually on there shopping earlier. I have I think I have enough in my cart for like 15 projects. There is our bow. I'm still going to add in some more ribbon. Y'all know I love me some ribbon. I want to keep that. Okay, so I cinched it closed with my zip tie. Right? I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make a half bow for right over here in this corner. Okay, so what I like to do is start off with a tail, right? Make my loop, pinch, twist, and then make another tail. So this is my half bow, you guys. So instead of making another loop go up like that, I'm just letting this tail hang down. So then, usually however long this short tail is, I will make the tail on the left-hand side the same. So now I'll make my tail the same length. So, just like this, right? And we're going to keep adding some of our ribbons in. I like to use the half bows on my door hangers, swags. I also like to put this in my like Christmas trees, you guys. Okay, so now I've kind of made my half bow, right? So I've done the loops, the tails, and then on my 4-inch ribbon, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to bring in just a tail. So this is like my half bow. So you would just you would do the loops on both sides if you wanted a full bow, okay? On the How to Make Wreaths blog, which ultimately this video is going to end up there are a bunch of bow videos, and that way y'all can always refer back to that blog, okay? But there we have our 2 bows. So this is what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm going to put my 4-inch and my 2.5-inch. And I'm going to make a tail. You see how long that is? Pretty nice long tail. Putting this right there in the middle. And then I'm going to make a tail a little bit longer than this one. Not too much longer, but just a little bit longer. So, okay, so this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want, right? So we're going to come on in. I kind of find the center of my wreath right down here in the bottom. Okay, so coming on in, pinching that. So just kind of going in between, like notice I have mesh here and a mesh here. Well, now I want to come up to this one and I want to do a mesh ribbon right here. So coming on in, right in between my mesh, you guys, right in between that mesh. I'm not putting it right in my mesh. I'm putting it in between my mesh. So this is what we have so far, you guys. Next is adding the florals. So gotta fluff out all of these, you guys. Oh, look, y'all, look how pretty that is. That's gonna be pretty. And then I don't know if I want to add the sunflowers though. I feel like the sunflowers, I don't know. The sunflowers might make it or break it. Okay, so starting up there at the top. And I'm going to come in with my 60919 first. So I do have 6 pieces because I used 2 stems of it, right? And y'all, I'm just gluing this in. That's why I do like using the pine wreaths, because I glue stuff in. So 1, 2, 3. I kind of work in a triangle method. So 1, 2, 3. Your triangle method, the triangle method is kind of like foolproof, you guys. If it's done correctly, kind of fill that up really nicely. But when I have picks and stems like this, you guys, and I only have so many, I try to make sure I have some in the top and also in the bottom, right? Okay, so we're going to come on in with this next bush. And this is going to be our little filler bush. There's going to be one in the bow here and one in the bow here. I always add some greenery into my bow. 1, it helps hide my zip tie. Number 2 is I love to have it look cohesive, right? Just filling that in. So really, it looks like we used a ton of product, you guys. It looks like we used a ton of product, but we didn't. We can add these if we want to. If we don't want to, we don't have to, you guys. Because I'm very much satisfied with what it looks like right now. But if you wanted to, you could definitely add in a sunflower stem. You know, I would actually put this one right in here. So right in there. And then we are going to eyeball this. We're gonna do a dry run if we're committed to this. If we're committed to the sunflowers, or if we're not committed to the sunflowers. But I feel like we might be committed to the sunflowers. Sunflowers make me happy, you guys. I love sunflowers. Love hanging out with you guys. So we're gonna come on in. And add that one in. Okay, so there we go. We've got our 1, 2, and our 3. So now I am going to take I think it's the rosemary bush. Now, some of this stuff did come from the Wreath supply box, you guys. So keep that in mind. Some of this did come from the Wreath supply box. But some of it is available at shoplikejordan.com or on the DecoExchange app. So we started off with an evergreen base, you guys. Evergreen base. We added mesh to the inner ring, added mesh to the outer ring, made it into an oval. We came in and we added our sign. We glued in our sign. Then we made our full bow, which is right here onto the left-hand side. Then we made our half bow, which is on our right-hand side. Then I came in with some ribbon tails. Then we came in, we added in our florals, which was our 60919 first, which is this one right here. We started up here at the top, left, right. Then we did the bottom, left, right. Then we came in with our poppy bush, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we came in with that exact same, the greenery from the poppy bush. So then after that, I added in my, the baby's breath. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. Then I added in my sunflower, right? And y'all, you would look at this and you would never think that there's an evergreen base behind this. Okay? Bye, y'all.